Man accused of kidnapping mother and 3 kids in St. George allegedly tells the group they would be in heaven soon. A man was burned in an Iron County vehicle fire, and a mixed gas reaction sparks apartment evacuation.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Lingenheim. New details have emerged about David Jee Remley, the man arrested for allegedly kidnapping a woman and her 3 children from St. George back in August. After being held in Nevada, Remley was extradited to Utah earlier this month and now faces multiple charges, including 3 counts of child kidnapping and aggravated kidnapping. The case unfolded when Brittany Deal and her children were reported missing after a welfare check revealed she hadn't been heard from since picking her kids up from daycare. Remley was seen on surveillance footage driving Deal's SUV and was ultimately tracked down in Nevada. According to investigators, Remley had reportedly planned to take Deal and her children to Oregon, keeping them off the grid, and told them they would be in heaven soon. Deal and her children made several unsuccessful attempts to escape during the ordeal. Remley remains in custody at the Washington County Purgatory Correctional Facility on a no-bail hold. A motorist was airlifted to the hospital after his vehicle caught fire on State Route 20 in Iron County on Monday afternoon. According to Utah Highway Patrol Lieutenant Clay Allred, the driver of a Dodge pickup truck, which was towing a camp trailer, experienced brake failure, causing the fire near mile marker 12. Both the male driver and his female passenger managed to escape the vehicle, but the man sustained burn injuries and was flown to a nearby hospital for treatment. The woman sustained only minor abrasions. The fire destroyed the truck and trailer and spread to nearby vegetation, but was quickly contained by fire crews. A chemical reaction at Cedar Flats Apartments pool led to air contamination, hospitalized maintenance workers, and the evacuation of nearby buildings. We'll go to Jesse Bang for the full story.
Fire crews say a chemical reaction at the pool area of the Cedar Flats Apartments contaminated the air, hospitalized maintenance crews, and led to the evacuation of adjacent buildings. St. George Fire Department Battalion Chief Brad Esplin reported that maintenance work on the pool and equipment room led to the mixing of 2 chemicals. The reaction resulted in maintenance workers being treated for inhalation injuries and transported to the hospital. First responders arrived, set up a secure perimeter, and declared a hot zone. They evacuated nearby buildings, monitored the air, and neutralized the chemical mixture, which was contained in a barrel, by dispersing it into the pool to prevent further contamination.
Thanks, Jesse. Now we'll check in on southern Utah's latest weather forecast. In St. George, it's currently 79 degrees with clear skies. Expect a low of 60 degrees tonight, and tomorrow's high will reach 85 degrees with sunny skies and a low of 57 degrees tomorrow night. Moving over to Mesquite, Nevada, we're seeing 85 degrees right now. Tomorrow's low will dip to 60 degrees, and tomorrow you can expect clear skies with a high of 89 degrees and a low of 63. Finally, in Cedar City, temperatures are cooler at 65 degrees currently. Tonight, we'll see a low of 43 with tomorrow's high at 74 and chilly low of 44 tomorrow night. Expect mixed conditions of sunny with clouds throughout the day. For more information about what to do in an accident resulting in an injury, we'll head over to Tyler Todd for your weekly injury law review.
Hi, I'm Tyler with We Win Injury Law. Today, let's talk about comparative fault. This legal principle divides responsibility among all parties involved in an accident. In states with comparative fault laws, your compensation may be reduced based on your share of the blame. For instance, if you're deemed 20% at fault, your damages could be reduced by that percentage. It's important to understand how this could impact your claim. To strengthen your case, make sure to collect and document evidence from the accident thoroughly. This will help establish the extent of your fault, if any, and support your pursuit of fair compensation. Knowing your rights and preparing properly is essential to ensuring you get the compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Tyler. A semi-tractor rollover in Coconina County, Arizona, resulted in 2 people being hospitalized. A cyclist was airlifted with serious injuries after the truck overturned while attempting to avoid hitting the rider. Here's Cody Blowers for the details.
A rollover crash on Highway 89 caused a cyclist to be airlifted to the hospital Sunday. The crash involved a semi-tractor trailer that was found upside down off the shoulder of the roadway in a remote area just east of Fredonia. According to initial reports, the semi was heading north on US 89 when the driver lost control of the semi that rolled off the shoulder of the roadway, possibly striking the cyclist in the process. According to authorities, the rider suffered a compound fracture and was airlifted to St. George Regional Hospital for his injuries, while the semi-driver was transported to Kane County Hospital by ambulance. The investigation into the crash is still ongoing.
Thanks, Cody. Over 200 people participated in Cedar City's Out of the Darkness Walk, raising over $15,000 for suicide prevention. The annual walk honors loved ones lost and advocates for greater mental health awareness. We'll go to Jeff Richards for more on this event.
More than 200 people gathered at Main Street Park in Cedar City on Saturday morning to take part in the annual Out of the Darkness Walk, an event designed to raise funds and support in the fight against suicide. Most participants wore colored beads that symbolized their reasons for walking. Many also wore t-shirts bearing the names of loved ones lost to suicide, along with messages of love, support, and solidarity. Participants then made their way along the sidewalks and pathways from Main Street Park to Canyon Park and back. Organizers said the event raised more than $15,000 in funds and in-kind donations to benefit the Utah chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
Thanks, Jeff. The NeuroPong program at St. George Recreational Center brings together nearly 30 older adults for table tennis, aiming to improve physical activity, social connection, and brain function for individuals with neurodegenerative conditions. Here's Maury Kessler with the story.
For 2 days a week, up to 30 people gather at the St. George Rec Center for 2 hours worth of table tennis, also known as ping pong. The rounds of ping pong have a purpose beyond serving as a social event for those who love the game, however, as it is a part of a special program called NeuroPong. The program, developed by Dr. Antonio Barbera of Colorado, aims to help people with neurodegenerative disorders like multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease, as well as Alzheimer's and dementia. Barbera was diagnosed with MS in 2016 and discovered later in 2019 that playing ping pong helped alleviate his symptoms. This ultimately led to the creation of NeuroPong in Colorado and was introduced to the area in 2022 through the Huntsman World Senior Games, with the local group being formed in January of this year. Players who spoke to St. George News, like Cindy McGregor, who has Parkinson's disease, say they love the program and that it has helped alleviate their symptoms.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to wewininjurylaw.com. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.